This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Affordable Roofing Chattanooga. For the best roof in town at the best price, contact Tony. You can reach him at 423-593-9605 or check out his website, affordableroofinghd.com. Again, that's 423-593-9605, and the website is affordableroofinghd.com. Big shout out to Tony for sponsoring this podcast. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Militia MMA podcast. I'm not sure if this is the second or third episode because we're recording them back to back, but I'm with the late, the great, the one and only Josh Horse Poops Mackey. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm still not used to that nickname yet, though.
Well, you gotta quit stinking up that bathroom.
I can't help it, yeah.
I haven't put it on your thing for the fight or anything.
You know, yeah, that's why I like put a nick. I saw the spot for like a nickname, and I was like, I wonder if I should put Horseshoes Josh, because like it's kind of catching on. Because the little kids were calling me that at the tournament. I was like, this is really weird.
You're like, this is what the people want.
This is what they want to know what I do in my spare time.
Yeah, hey, if there's a warm-up, Josh will be in the bathroom the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Are you really pooping in there?
I'm really pooping and reading.
Or are you just skipping?
Oh, it's not like I want to skip warm-ups. It's just like.
Are you sure you don't want to?
No, yeah, I'm sure. Because I mean, during the night classes,
What
I'm there for
happened with the
warm-up.
jump rope then this morning?
Oh, jump roping this morning. What time was it? Oh, so
What goes on?
crazy things. Like I have a dog. She likes to let me set traps for me whenever I wake up in the morning.
Like you
So-
stepped in poop?
Oh yeah, big turd.
Yeah, I do that
So
too.
now I was like, dude, come on. So I'm literally like, it's like 7:50. I'm like turn over. Like it takes me literally like 11 minutes from here to my house to get here.
Yeah, practice starts at 8. At 7:50, you're
Yeah.
still in bed.
I'm like, well, I gotta get the crust out of my eyes, you know. I'm turning over. Next thing I know, landmine. I'm like it's a gush, and I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. And I'm saying, and then the crazy thing is, she won't even sleep in the same bed. She'll leave a trap and then go sleep on the couch. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
It's the poop in the bed.
Yeah. Well, no, not in the bed. It's like right on the floor, like where I step out, like.
So
turn my
she
feet.
picks the
No,
spot.
she knows what she's doing, man. And she's spoiled too, which I don't understand why she does this to me, but whatever.
What kind of dog is this?
She's a Shar-Pei. She's so
It's a
wrinkled.
little thing.
Yeah, she's a little. It's about the size of this table. She's like
It's big for a
45 pounds.
Shar-Pei.
Huh? No, really?
Are they? I don't know.
They're not all of them. Like, I mean, I've only had mine, so I don't know what the other ones look at. So, but yeah. Oh, but warm-ups, though, I'm like, well, I mean, here for the nighttime warm-ups, I get it. But like 9 o'clock, that's when my stomach starts rumbling. And then we're like, I get Brian on the ground. I'm like, small little farts come out. I'm like, all right, I better get going. Next thing I know. And then I start reading
That's
the
just your
Warrior
butts.
book.
That's just your butts blowing a kiss at Brian.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, here you go.
My butt likes you. It's blowing a kiss at you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. No one's welcome.
But I'm also reading that book. I'm in like chapter 20 now. The samurai book.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, hey, if you're gonna get to practice, arrive there early.
Yeah.
You're not up to that chapter yet.
I have not got to that one yet. No.
I think that's like the first chapter. You know, I poop in that bathroom too, and I was thinking like, I have had this book, and I probably only read one chapter.
Really? I haven't, like, every time I get on there, I read like at least a couple pages, and then warm-ups are over, and I decide to wash my hands and come back out.
I think I don't know if he washes his hands. He's on the mat giving everybody a Hitler.
Only the ones I don't want.
So if you go home with a Hitler mustache that smells like shit, it means Josh doesn't like you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Like, hey, you don't have to dress up for Halloween.
I got you. I got you taken care of.
So Josh, you are quite the celebrated pooper. You're from here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I live
So
here.
you're from not Georgia.
No, not Georgia. All right, the real, not on the line. I'm like literally Harrison, 58, Chattanooga. That's where I grew up my whole life.
So you grew up in Harrison?
Oh, it's like, there's a song. If you like go to, like if you come off that first exit, I guess it's Decatur. I'm not, you know what's crazy is I live all around Chattanooga, and I yet to learn any roads around here. Like, I don't know where any places are. Like, I can only know, like, I can tell you where I can tell where your place is, but I will not know where the street is. Like,
So if I say Ringgold Road, you don't know what it is.
I'm like, no idea. And I'm like, yo, tell me a place.
Are you kidding? Like, I
so,
know Ringgold Road.
I'm so serious.
So this road
Like,
takes you all the way to Ringgold, Georgia.
yeah.
It's
So,
called
like,
Ringgold Road.
I don't like.
It is the heart and soul of Eastridge.
Dude, I don't even like. You would have to tell me that like a location on there. And I'm like, oh, I know where that's at.
So if somebody asks you, hey, where's Militia?
I'm like,
Don't ask me those questions.
I was like, do you know where CBS is? And they're like, yeah, there's like several. I'm like, I'm like, you know where the tunnel is? And they're like, yeah. I'm like,
There's
all
a
right.
couple tunnels.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, no. I'm like thinking of like good places like around here that
You're like, you know what? Just go to Chattanooga Jiu-Jitsu.
I was like, you know what?
I'm pretty sure where that. I'm pretty sure I know where that
Just get in
is.
your car and follow me. You know, I'll show you where it's at. But yeah, lived off 58. You get off. Yeah, it's the Decatur exit. Literally the only one I know. You get off there. There's a Waffle House and Sonic, and then that's where I'm at.
Figures Josh knows all the fast food places around there.
I mean, it's so crazy. Like you walk, like you get your little walk in from your house to the Waffle House. It's perfect, and I know I'm like, at least I got my cardio up, and then I get some food.
Yeah,
walk
you
right
definitely don't get. Josh figures like, hey, let me leave my front door, walk 100 feet to Waffle House, and then walk back, and I burned off all the calories I ate at Waffle House.
Yeah. Got everything I needed to that day.
Yeah, it's got the Are you a biscuits and gravy guy?
Honestly, no. I
don't get it. I don't understand the South's love for the biscuit. It's dry.
Well, like
So dry.
like Hardee's, it's like you're eating a brick. Like I don't even go to Hardee's anymore. I'm like, I need to go to the dentist now as soon as I eat there.
Do you understand the South's love for a biscuit?
What's it called? Maple Street Biscuit. That place decent.
It's decent.
But at the same time, I'm not trying to pay $20 for a biscuit. So
yeah, but
there's that.
now, like a biscuit, it's just like this hard bread thing, right?
Yeah. And you're like, whatever.
Like,
whatever.
Like, what's so great about that? Is it better than pancakes and syrup?
Ooh. You know what's crazy is I like waffles more than pancakes.
Oh, yeah, I was saying pancakes because it was like the lower of the three.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say French toast is number one.
Yo, I have not had French toast in forever. You know, I was at IHOP and it was like one of the meals were like pancakes, waffles, and I was like, they make waffles here, and then I was like, oh, French toast. But then I didn't get it. I ended up getting 3 pancakes.
You know what? You gotta go pancakes at IHOP.
Yeah, I figured you might as
They
well.
have the.
But it was the word. Like it was like the most least effort pancake I've ever had. It was
You gotta
like,
get the cheesecake pancakes.
They have cheesecake.
Yeah, it's like they cut up a cheesecake and put it in the pancake.
Like Philly cheesesteak?
No, cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to give it some cheesesteak pancakes. It's got steak in it. Instead of using syrup, you just use cheese whiz.
I was like thinking, that might be good. Like the outer
We'll
part
make
of
you
pancake.
after your fight. We're gonna make you a cheesesteak pancake.
Dude, I'm gonna be up to heavy.
All we got to do is make you put steakums in pancake batter.
Dude, I saw them put bacon in the pancake batter before, and that like looked really good. I've not made it myself, but pictures on Instagram.
Listen, putting shit in pancakes is not new. They've been doing this thing for time. It's like the old infomercials. Whenever they'd come out with a new waffle maker, they'd be like, "You could do everything with this waffle maker. You could put strawberries on it. You could put chocolate chips. You could put peanut butter on it." It was like, yeah, we know you could put shit on the waffles. That hasn't changed. So you grew up in this area. You know where. What's the best place to eat? I know.
Depends. Like pizza wise, I love Goodfellas pizza.
Goodfellas is good.
Yeah, if I go to Mexican food, I go to Sauceritas just because I love Sauceritas, and that's literally my go-to place.
You hear it. They are the best.
I
But on an off note, if you want Mexican, next to the gym's really good too.
Oh yeah, that place they have great tacos. I like when I want
got the best
nachos,
street-
I would go to Sauceritas. When I want tacos, I'll go next door. They're like fire.
Sauceritas is like a better Chipotle, right?
Yeah, I don't Chipotle. They have the coldest. I've never had like warm chips from Chipotle.
No,
so
and then
that's-
they just like
and they're like, here you go. I'm like, I don't want this.
they'll like squeeze a lime in the bag and it gets all on one chip and
I
it's
was
just
like,
soggy.
Don't give me this wet bag.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. Get outta
Yeah,
here.
their chips aren't anything to phone up.
I'm going across the street.
That's it. We gotta take this dog and pony show to Salsaritas.
Yeah, for real.
Because you know what? They know good Mexican food and good fighters.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, they ain't wrong. They know what they're doing.
What about Champy?
Champy is pretty good. I like their chicken tenders. I mean, CBC chicken tenders
Are better.
Oh my god, it's like
If
if you ever want to make me happy on a sad day, I'm looking sad. Just bring me some. CBC
you're always
chicken.
looking sad.
That's probably true.
What does your mom call you?
Eeyore.
She says she doesn't even say Eeyore. She says your Eeyore face.
You know that Eeyore face going. I'm like,
You're like, Mom, I came out of your vagina. Be nice.
be nice to me. Why aren't you like this to? Treat me like John.
John's your older brother, right? I've seen him. He's quite the specimen.
Yeah, talk about a man, dude. I've never seen like me and him only been in one fight ever, and it was over like the smallest thing.
You fought him?
Well, technically, he destroyed me. That's like where.
It was quite the growl.
Yeah, I was like, I had like a flashback just then, like getting popped.
I heard you growl.
I was like, oh,
You almost threw up a little.
it was the worst feeling in my life. Like, it was nasty. So we're
Who
coming.
won?
Not me. It was a bad time. Like, so we're coming back from a wrestling tournament or whatever. I'm playing Halo. John comes in there. Like, we have a sunroom. Boom! Slams the thing open. He goes, "You should go take a shower. You're disgusting." I said, "Dude, get out of here!" Literally, like, I'm playing. I'm literally in the middle of a game. Comes in, grabs my controller. Boom! Throws against the couch. Go take a shower now. Now, mind you, my grandparents are on vacation, so like, it's just me and him. It's just us two. So I'm like, dude, go away. Like, you're annoying me right now. Like, go away. I'll take a shower when I'm ready. You're not my dad. Get out of here.
You're not the king of the shower, John.
And then he's like, Josh, I'm not going to tell you again. And I'm like, dude, who are you right now? Like, go away. And I'm like, go back to playing. Like, I went and grabbed my controller. Next thing you know, he leaves for like 5 minutes. He gets up and finally like walks out. I'm like, all right, thank God. Go back to playing.
Nothing bad's about to be happening.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, this is over. Next thing you know, slam door, the sunroom door goes open again. Wham! Thing like cracks. I'm like, oh no, we're in trouble now. I'm thinking like, I'm gonna get blamed for this. This is definitely a Josh breaking thing. I broke a lot of stuff as a kid. It is what it is.
You were the guy.
When someone is broken,
No one was gonna believe that.
no one's gonna be like, they're like John or Josh. Josh definitely broke it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But most of the stuff that I broke, I could fix. Half the stuff, unless it was like glass, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fix that. Boom. But slams the sunroom door, but cracks. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna yell at. Next thing I know, he's like, I told you to go take a shower 5 minutes ago. I'm like, dude, seriously, no, go away.
How old were you?
He's 16 at the time. I'm 15. Like, we're a year and a day apart. Like, his birthday is January 4th.
Me and my brother are a year and 3 days apart.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. I don't know how my mom held it together, and it's like, no, I'm gonna wait till the day.
Just like to get busy around the same time.
For real, she's something. But yeah, so you're like, I think I was supposed to be born like December, like late December, and she was like, no, I'm gonna hold this thing in until the day after John. But
we're gonna see if we could get it on the same day. I held it too long. It's stuck now.
Twins, but
Irish twins, they call it.
yeah,
It's an actual term, Irish twins, if you're born on the same day you're apart.
I didn't know that.
Because
That's very
people in Ireland like to get busy. I guess. I don't know.
cool. Huh.
I don't know why. They're like, hey, let's throw a race in this term. A year apart. We'll call you twins, but it's kind of fucked up. So let's be a little racist
Irish
in it.
twin. But yeah.
Let's just take a race down with this.
So, I'm still playing Halo. The game just ends. I'm sitting there like, all right. He's like, I told you 5 minutes ago, take a shower. I was like, dude, go away. Like, what are you doing right now? Next thing you know, I have a phone at the time. It's one of the flip up phones. Like, it flips up and then it flips sideways, and then it can also flip up. So I'm like,
They can't see your thumbs on it.
oh yeah, that's true. I'm like demonstrating, but
It's like, look up to this microphone.
look at it. It's a camera, right? But yeah. He like, next you know, wham, slams against the wall. It goes poof. I said, dude, come on. Do you know how long it took me to get that? Like, next thing I know, I'm like, dude, why would you do that? So I, like, in me, it just said, hit him. And I was like, here we go. It's going down now.
Big old stinky Josh was like, if my stink don't knock you out, this right hand will.
Yes. I was like, all right, here it comes. Next thing I know, like, dude, why would you do that? And then, like, I'm looking at my phone, like, it's not even, like, turning on. It's, like, in my hand. And I'm like, dude, I was just trying to, I was like, this girl's about to come over. Like, dude, like, what do you just ruined it. And next thing I know, he starts still yelling at me, go take a shot. I'm like, dude, fuck off. And then I just hit him. Worst decision of my life. Hit him right in the face. I was like, all right, one good shot. Next thing I know, I'm on, like, I got blink and my whole body's already on the ground. And like, you ever see those people get shot up and their like whole body's moving?
Like rigor mortis?
Yeah, and I'm just on the ground, eyes closed, and I just feel my body just moving. I'm like, oh no. And next thing I know, my face is like hitting the floor. I'm like, oh no. Next thing he's like, I told you get, and he's over my body. Like, I finally open my eyes and I just see this man, like, mad face. I told you get in the shower and all this stuff. And he's like crying and shit. I'm like, dude, you're the one that's beating me up. Like, stop. So I'm still like on the ground. And I was like, you know what? I might as well hit him one more time. Wham. Didn't phase him at all. Next thing you know, he just start pounding my head.
Yeah, all his feeling of guilt went away.
Next thing you know, I'm like, my face just hurting. It's just bouncing. And then it just stops. And he's like, go get in the shower. I'm like, yes, sir. I'm like crying in the shower.
You're like, I don't need to shower. I got a lady coming over.
Dude, for real.
Like, what are you doing not showering?
But I had like,
I got
time.
this lady coming over, and she likes my balls vinegary.
She wants to smell me.
Yeah.
She wants to smell a winner because I had a medal. I'm like, she wants to smell me. But
like under one of your crevices.
Yeah.
You were bigger back then than you are now, right?
Honestly, no. Like, when I went to college, I
heard
got.
you weren't this small since you were in 6th grade.
No. 6th grade, I was like 150 pounds or so. And then 8th grade, I got up to like, 8th grade, I got to like 200 because like I was playing varsity football. So
You're like, I was lifting.
Yeah,
fucking,
I was
fucking champions
pumping
to my face.
like, I had a coach, Coach John Allen, one of my favorite coaches, like, of all time. I stayed with him for a little while, like, during the summers when my family would go on vacation. He's like, you're not going, you're staying here for football. So I'm like staying with him for like a few weeks out of the summer. And then he just has me lifting all day. So I got 200 pounds, I'm playing football. So I was huge. And then from 8th grade to like 9th grade, 8th, or to middle of 10th grade, I was like at 200 to 215. And then I got to my junior year and I was like 225, and I was like, I could either cut down, not cut, I could stop eating as much and go back down to 215, or I could wrestle at heavyweight where I can eat whatever I want and I can still throw people. So I was like, I'm going to keep throwing people.
Keep eating and keep throwing.
Yeah, and then so I stayed at heavyweight and then got to like 240 going into my college, like freshman year of college. I was like around 240, and then still like, I'm gonna keep eating. I don't care.
Like, this is good. It makes me feel good.
I'm happy. I'm like eating all the time, and I was drinking. And I went to I remember going to this App State tournament, and I was weighing in like 230 something, or it was like 238, 240. And the coach of App State was like, if you came here, I'd have you at 197. I said, well, that's not why I'm not coming here. And then he like looked at me. I was like, I started laughing, but ended up tossing his guy a couple times and then pinned like one of their App State kids. And I was like, haha, I guess I don't need to go down to 97.
Yeah, I don't need to cut. Warm my sandwich.
I was like, yeah, watch this, buddy. Dude, I remember that App State time when this guy, who was heavyweight, he was from Ohio State, I think, or somewhere, some school in Ohio. He had Atlas, the guy who holds up the world?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
It's not like Foot Locker World.
Yeah. He literally had the whole world on his back in the lower
tattoo?
part. Yeah, and in the
Was
lower
it
part,
him?
No, it was an actual like guy that was holding it, and I was like, dude, I'm not wrestling you. I literally had him like, it was like the semis match, and I was like, oh god, I have that guy. dude lifted me. I was like, I've never been in the air like this before. Quick pin. I was like, all right, whatever.
You were the Atlas Stone.
Yeah, I was like, he lifted me with ease, and I was like, this is crazy. But also, that guy ended up like, he passed away like a year later. I don't know how. Well, I know how, but I don't want to say how. But
I've had 2 people I fought that have died
yeah, it was
after. So I tell everybody that if you fight me, you're gonna die one day.
one day. That guy, like,
So far, it's been true.
they came out a news article saying he had like severe depression, right? Like that year, like his family, like a few family members of him died, and then he ended up leaving also. So like, I was like, damn,
Would he suicide?
yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
And I was like, I remember reading that, and I was like, dude, I like they showed the picture of the guy. Like I was reading the article, I think it was on Facebook, and I saw the guy, and I was like, that guy looks so familiar. And then they showed his tattoo on his back, and I was like, oh my god, no way. And I was like, crazy. I was like, this is nuts. I was like, dude, that guy was so like he was so strong, he was so good. Like I can't believe that happened to him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a bummer, man. I mean, like,
Yeah, that's wild.
people got to realize, like,
Sometimes,
I've had most of my family, they're all dead,
Yeah.
most of them. And it's just like a part of life because no one lives forever.
yeah,
Like, realistically, there is more dead people than live people, right? We
Yeah.
could agree on that. So we're just all dead people that haven't died yet.
right.
Like, it's just the inevitable. And, like,
It's crazy. And I was saying, like,
you got to realize that. And that you're
Yeah.
lucky if the people you love die before you, as long as they're not your age, because that's how it's supposed to be.
remember I told you the other day when we were practicing, I had that look on my face like I was really sad. That night I had a dream like both my grandparents like were gone. Like I had a dream I was at their funerals, like it was, and they were like side by side, and I was sitting there with my brother. Like me and my brother were sitting in that first pew, and I was sitting there like, holy crap! Like it felt so. One of those dreams I felt like so real, like I could reach out and touch them. It was nuts, and I was just like, I woke up just crying. I was like, this is crazy, because like I only have like so many like it's just me, my brother, my mom, and then my brother's family, which.
Are you guys half?
Yeah, we're half brothers.
Oh,
we
you're
have
half.
Yeah, we have 2
Same
separate
mom?
dads. Yeah, same mom. Yeah, his dad.
I got a half sister too.
Oh,
It's like 50 something.
Yeah, I haven't seen my others. I haven't seen my side of the family since I was like 5 or 6.
But you and your brother grew up together.
Yeah,
So you guys are just as tight as.
You can split like. If John knew someone was messing with me, it would be like I felt bad for them. Like I remember this one tournament, this kid, never been choked before. This kid just came up behind, like he was on my team and just came back to choke me. My brother saw it. Next thing you know, he came over and he literally lifted this kid. Like I left some details out of that story, but he literally lifted this kid where he was like maybe 130 or so. Lifted this kid up with one arm and said, "You're gonna choke my brother." And I've never seen so much fear in someone's kid. Like literally how like. Picked this kid up like he was nothing, and he had him by his throat, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, dude, just set him down. It's not that big of a deal. Like I'm okay. It's
You're
fine.
like, that's my buddy.
And I was like, dude, that's not. It's okay. Settle down, because I'm already having flashbacks of him beat the shit out of me. So I'm like, don't do it.
That's cool. You guys are close.
Yeah,
like
we're
that, then.
pretty close. Like,
Were you raised by your grandparents?
Yeah. So me and my brother lived with my grandparents since we were like 3. Well, I was 3. He was 4, and we've been there ever since until we graduated high school. Like he moved out. He was the first one to leave. Like, well, he ended up going. So we've been together. Like he ended up going to Furman, and then after he like went to college, he like pretty much never came back home. Like, I mean, he's
He's
there.
in Orange County, right?
Yeah, he's in San Diego right now.
Okay. About an hour difference.
Yeah, I actually looked at a map for the first time of California. And that place is huge. Like I've never actually like.
Yeah, but you're only dealing with a southern region.
Yeah.
So if you're in Orange County, you'll actually hit my old gym in Temecula before you hit. Like Temecula is about an hour from San Diego. So when you go out there, I'll shoot you to my old gym.
I was like John. I was telling like one of my bucket list things to do is go to Yosemite National Park, and I was like, yo, we should go up there. And he's like, that's really far away. And I was like, well, I'm gonna rent a car, so it's whatever.
It's not as far as it is from Tennessee.
Yeah, it's like I was like, yeah, but either way, I'm still gonna drive it. I don't care. I got time. I'm gonna be out there for like a week or 2, so it won't matter. He's like, all right, we'll just take a plane ride up to like part of California, and then we'll go. And I was like, that's so crazy. You can fly, like, you'll still be, like, in California, even if you took a 40-minute flight, and then still, like, have a lot more space to go.
Oh, yeah. I know my buddy Jesse Taylor booked a flight from San Diego to LA for Tough Talk and missed his flight and then didn't get to go out of here. Like, what? He missed his flight. He's like, I can't make it. I was like, literally, if you get in your car and drive to LA, you'll make it.
Yeah.
For this ESPN thing that's big. Like, yeah, I missed my flight. I'm not going to make it.
I'm like, dude,
like,
just get me. I will literally drive anywhere. I don't care.
Most people, if they lived in San Diego, would drive to LA. It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not too far.
He's like, I missed my flight.
He was like, I can't make it.
I was like, yeah,
There's too much traffic. I can't go.
Okay, Jeff.
But yeah, me and my brother been together forever, and yeah, we live with my grandparents, Warren and Cheryl, greatest people in the world.
And your dad's one of the, so if I'm not mistaken, this area is run by a council. It's not one mayor, right?
Yeah, well,
it's like mayor per section.
Well, I mean, there's a mayor of Chattanooga, I guess, or mayor of Tennessee. I don't know.
They take turns being mayor, right?
No, not really. Well, no. It's just like a mayor of Chattanooga, but my grandfather's a county commissioner, which is like, so from like Harrison all the way down to like Brainerd, he controls that area of like, not controls, but he like takes care of the needs of the people around there, and then
he listens to them.
Yeah, and so like there's like I guess 7 or 9 different like people around Chattanooga that are county commissioners, and then they have their own little office or whatever, and then their needs are met by the mayor, and then like that's how the chain of command I guess goes. So,
yeah, because Chattanooga is so big. It's kind of similar to LA. LA's big, so
and different areas need different type of stuff going on.
Temecula was a council. And then every year every so often they would switch the council.
Yeah.
And then one of the council members was acting as mayor, but still responded to the council. So I assumed that was like here.
It's a little different.
But they still, like everything still goes through the council though. So what I read, I did a little research.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
you probably know more than I do.
Yeah. So like when it came to removing the Civil War statues.
Yeah.
The Confederacy, your grandfather was one of the only people who voted against it.
I mean, I didn't know that, but that's pretty crazy.
So here's how it went down. I'm going to tell you how it went down.
Yeah, tell me.
So there's
I never asked
Civil
about
War
these
statues of Confederacy.
Right.
People, I'll give you a little backstory. These Confederacy statues weren't built like right after the war. They came like 100 years after. And some of them were actually built in the North. Confederacy statues, and your grandfather was one of the 2 guys who voted to like, hey, let's get this out of our front of our hall, and it's so funny too because it was like what I read. It was your grandfather and another black guy like, hey, let's get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
And then all the rest of the white guys like, nah, this doesn't offend me one bit.
Yeah, dude,
this is cool.
That's like I remember watching all those. Well, my grandfather's a big historian, so he understands like the meanings like behind certain, I guess, the statues. Because
no, he's a very intelligent man. I enjoyed I got his sign up because I enjoyed our conversation, not because he's your grandfather. But I talked to him, and I really do like him, and I think he's for the good of the people.
Dude was a strict man growing up. He made sure my homework and everything got done like on time. Like it's kind of crazy, but. Yeah, one of my first books I was reading was like a history book. Like I was like, my grandma is also taught, she taught it in Hamilton County school system for 32 years, and she was a social studies teacher for 5th grade, which was pretty crazy. I ended up going to her like, once I left center school when I was a kid, I went to Hardy where she was teaching, and she was my teacher for like 4 or 5 months, and that was the weirdest thing ever. Cause I'm like,
I bet.
You know, like all these like I'm literally sitting there, and she's like, "Josh, did you get your homework done?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she'll literally go next door to the teacher, like, "Did Josh get this done?" And she's like,
"Hell no!" And he fought with me all the time.
You know, she was like, "Yeah," but it was the worst handwriting I ever seen. And I'm like, "Dude, come on, give me a break." Like, I don't know what it is, but like. I'll have like she's like, all the information was there. It's just the worst and sloppiest handwriting I've ever seen.
I got the worst
and
handwriting.
I'm saying, no, like, it's all there though. Like,
It's legible. These letters are just big.
You know, just
cover your teeth.
That's the thing. Is like, so my grandma and my grandfather are like old school. So like they're like handwriting. You have to have like cursive handwriting. So like my handwriting is like a split between regular print and cursive. It's like
I was
when
raised on cursive.
so
too. I
like
was bad
half
at
of
it.
it's like will be like half of the word would be in cursive and the other half would be printed. So it's like it's weird.
Oh, I get it. I when I sign my name, I don't know how to make the J in cursive, so I write a J and then write the rest in
Yeah.
cursive. So, but I'm actually with your grandfather on this
Yeah.
whole issue about
I mean,
taking down the statues.
I would definitely. I mean,
Well, wait. Hear me on, because I don't want to skip this
Oh, yeah,
subject, because
sorry.
I got strong opinions that I need to share on
Oh,
this podcast.
yeah. Let me know.
So, first of all, I'm with him. Let's take down these fucking statues.
I mean, they lost. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You don't put up the second place winners.
It's like, hey, here's General Cornwallis in front of our city hall. What did he do? Oh, he got stabbed in the neck by a bayonet by a Union soldier, but he just died bravely. It's like, we're not going around making statues of Hillary Clinton and saying like, "Whoa, look at this statue of Hillary Clinton. What did she do? Oh, she lost a presidential election, but she got second place out of 2." And then it's like, oh, I guess her husband also cheated on her, made her famous. So I guess she was second place in the marriage too. So let's build a statue of them.
That's right. Yeah, I always wondered about that because a lot of the schools around here, like Heritage, is like that's kind of a weird name for a school. They're the Generals. Like, come on, you can't, can't think of another name.
Let's put some more losers up in stone.
Let's like do it.
You know what I think? Us Northerners, us Yankees, need to come down here with our Subarus and our Jeep Grand Cherokees and our minivans.
You'd be driven out.
And attach a rope to these statues down here of the Confederacy and just drive them down and replace them with like General Grant and the other guys who won the thing.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, we didn't hey, we didn't take down the Saddam statue. Like when we won the war, quotation marks, we took down the statues. Turns out, twist ending, we didn't end up winning in the war. We just armed them.
Right. Yeah,
but
like, here you go. Here's
we took down the statue. We're like, no, let's just leave it up. That's history. That dictator was history. There's no statues of Hitler in Germany. We're like, hey, let's forget about that past. It's like, hey, we enslaved Jews. That's history. That's history. We need to keep that so you know.
Is Stalin, is his statue still up in Russia?
I doubt it.
Yeah. They probably took this down.
And people don't realize that Stalin was like 10 times more eviler than Hitler.
Yeah, I think it's just because Hitler was more of like a newer issue. Like, everyone's like, he was a bigger. I guess they're at the same time, but he was more like a lot bigger, like blown up bigger. Or he was a bigger enemy, I guess.
He was a bigger figurehead. Well, I don't know.
Well,
he was just, it's just so weird that there is so many more people are responsible for more deaths that it's Hitler's the worst.
Yeah.
But realize Stalin
just as bad.
No, way more. Body count's like 10 times. They're still discovering Stalin's mass graves.
That's nuts. Well, I think it's Hitler is a bigger figurehead because he was the first one to try to get Mexico to turn against us. And everyone's like remembers that more than I guess Stalin trying to do something like that. He had the Red Scare go on, but
that's kind of why like we should stay away from this whole Ukraine thing. It's like Mexico.
Dude, I would not even want to that's the thing.
Like, let's stay on our side of the world. Let's calm our tits.
Dude, we still have. I can't go down the road without like bumping. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to fix this before we try to start fixing.
You know what we need? We need another Confederacy statue.
Might as well.
Just throw them up. Let's get 8 more. That'd be like, hey, let's erect the statue of the guy who lost to Michael Phelps like 50 times.
What's his name? That's how I was still learning about the Dukes of Hazzard that had the General Lee. I'm like, how is that a show? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Like, yeah, let's hang this second place flag.
Let's put this up.
Yeah,
we gotta show everyone we lost.
I know, and people get so crazy about it.
I think it's because of the Jim Crow was so big. Like, he was able to like, I think I was watching some news, like not a news. It was like a documentary of showing like Jim Crow like going through all the South, and they made it like flip to where it was
Jim Crow was only. He wasn't a person, but he was.
I guess Jim Crow.
I think it was like a cartoon thing that they.
I don't know.
It was a term for the racism, Jim Crow.
I'm not sure how they did
racist laws,
but they made like the more like the Klan. They made them like look like superheroes more than anything. Because I saw some like old propaganda type films, and I was showing these like dudes like rounding up bad people, but the bad people were just regular like black people, and they made them look like they were like terrorizing
Yeah, it's like,
everyone.
hey, we took his side.
And
over.
we're like, they're actually good guys. And I'm like, well, doesn't look right. And you're like, all right. And then it shows them like giving out food to people, but it was only like one type of people they were giving food to. So
Right.
like, and they made them like have these all history. They had like history books and stuff, and they're like trying to make it look like they didn't lose. And I think that's really they like whoever decided to throw up that propaganda and do all that stuff is like the best marketing person in the world.
Yeah, and granted, like the war really wasn't like about slavery.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was more like about votes. Really.
Yeah, it's always about something else.
And taxes, like they wanted to
Because
make
I'm
more
sure
money.
the politicians up north didn't care about the issue.
Yeah, I don't think Northerners care. Like they're like, oh, after they won, I'm surprised they like didn't come down and like rub it in their faces and like take up like change stuff around.
Like,
They
hey,
were like, all right, we won. We're going back to the north.
you guys are gonna go do. You guys are gonna have New York style pizza down here now.
You're not gonna have the good stuff.
Yeah, not what
No
you guys are used to.
No clam chowder for you.
Yeah, like
We're saving it for
no, it
ourselves.
would be the clam chowder. Like, what are you cooking? Grits? No, it's Quaker oats for you.
That'd be nuts. Oh my god.
So honestly, do the statues even really bother you? Or
I mean,
you're like, let's take these racist piece of shits down.
dude, that's the thing. It's like, so say I go to like when I was wrestling, like in high school, I would know like I would go to an area where I know like they're not gonna like want me there, and I literally like slam kids on their heads, and I'm like, haha, I gotcha, and they're all like, fuck that guy. I'm like, yeah. I was like a villain, not gonna lie, going to some places just because I knew the reaction I was gonna get, and I got it, and I was like, ha, I won. I mean, I beat your kid. There you go. Like, when
They're
I
like, let's hang him.
yeah, they're like, get him. I'm like,
We gotta get him.
get it out of here.
Luckily, it's only like these little podunk, like ignorant towns.
Nothing I can do. I went
Just don't
to,
let the sheriff get you.
dude, I'm not even worried. Like, Chattanooga cops, I'm not really worried about. I'm like, yo, they'll run that. I remember one time I
They're
got
all
pulled over.
worried about the meth coming from Rossville.
And I'm like, I don't do math. You don't have to worry about me. But one of my like first bosses I ever worked for, he did vending machines, and like his name was Alan, and I literally rode with Alan all the time, like in the truck, and we go to like all by these police stations because he was like a police chief at one point. So I met like so many cops, which is kind of weird. But I still like every time we go to a police station, he's like, "All right, come on in." I'm like, I don't want to go in there, and I'm like meeting all these new cops. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they like still recognize me sometimes. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I would go to the store, and they're like, oh, Josh, hey, how's it going? I'm like, yo, I don't remember you, but this is kind of weird.
Oh, I get that all the time. I don't remember anybody.
I'm like, whatever. But also, going back to the story about wrestling. So we had regionals at Saudi. And, like, so I'm like, I was wrestling this kid named Alex Seeley. He was huge, this guy. You remember the guy I fought at, for the kickboxing fight?
Yeah.
Same size. Huge dude. Big dude.
Had all the gear.
Oh, no, he had the Saudi singlet on, but I was like, all right, whatever. I was like,
Is that area like racist?
I mean,
Maybe not now, but probably when you were a kid.
I mean, I don't go to Saudi. I mean, I go to Saudi. Well, yeah, it's a lot better now because like I went to Saudi. I watched fights over in Saudi with some buddies. Like they're pretty cool. I met them. Like,
The ones a couple of weeks ago.
recently. Recently, yeah, they're coming to the fight too. They bought. That's the ones I got the tables for. That's
awesome.
the people I just met. Like they were like, "You're fighting?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Dude, we're coming." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "When's the date? When can I get tickets? When can I go?" I'm like, "Yo, it's coming." But like, we're not gonna. He's like, "Every time we see you, until we get our tickets, we're gonna keep hounding you." I'm like, "All right, dude." And I was like, "Heck yeah, I'm gonna have some people there." And they're like the first people to buy a table, and they got like 12 people like coming just who all got tables. And I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." So, and I literally just met them a few weeks ago, and they're already excited to like come and watch. I'm like, dude, thanks for the support. Like, that means a lot. But before then, when I wrestled this guy in Saudi, literally, Fireman's Carry. It was a great match. One of my favorite matches I ever won because me and this guy would go back and forth, like when it come to regions, and like we'd wrestle each other at McCall Invitational. Like the first time I had him, I beat him by like 1 point. And then it went like overtime 1 point. And the second time I saw him again was at Regions in Hickson, and he beat me by like 2. And then we didn't see each other in states. And then our junior year, I lost him again at East Hamilton. And I was like trying to I remember I always think about this match. Like I literally like went to stand up, and this guy was so big he was able to like cradled me and took me over. And I'm like, no way this is happening. Pinned me that day. I was so pissed. I like threw my headgear. I threw my shoes. I like ripped my singlet. I was so
Were you
mad.
arguing with refs back then?
No. Honestly, no, because my grandparents were there. Like, well, my grandparents are sometimes there, and
Your grandpa was there, and your grandpa told him.
Oh.
You still argued.
yeah, well, that's different.
He's like, I'm in the best behavior with my grandparents. It's just you're
I'm older
less
now,
aware.
so he can't tell. I pay my own rent now, so he can't tell me what to do. But when I was younger, cracked a whip. I could not. I was never out of line. Like, it's crazy. Like, the stuff I've been doing now, like taunting and doing all this stuff, I was never doing like as a kid. Like, I was like, yes
I'm
sir,
gonna
no
have to move
sir.
you back in with your grandfather. Me and Warren. It's gonna be me and Warren in the corner. I was gonna say it's gonna be me, Daniel, and John, but it's gonna be me and Warren.
You're like, yeah, but it was wild. I don't do any of the same stuff I'm doing now.
You just watched a couple Conor McGregor videos
Yeah,
and
well,
you
I've been
started
watching-
wilding out.
I've been watching all these fighters like do some wild stuff. So I'm like, yo, this could be me, but not really though. It's just sometimes like a little darkness comes out of me. I'm like, yo, I'm about to be an ass today. I don't know what it was. It just comes out sometimes. But yeah, during my other year, like, I guess
He's like, I don't care if I win or lose. I just gotta win the argument.
yeah,
I was like, Josh, just fucking say yes and win the match.
yeah.
And leave your gi on. Don't take it off.
You know, I didn't know the rules. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna take.
Luckily, there was.
Okay, so I'm in the match. All right, Saudi match. I was literally like fireman's carry, and I was up by 12, and then they messed the score up, and I was saying that we're 5-5, and I was like, yo, this guy hasn't even scored a point on me. Like, this guy maybe escaped one time. Like, there's no way the score is. I was like, this is crazy. I'm looking at my coach like, go fucking do something. Ricky's still one of my favorite coaches, like high school coaches. Like, well, second, because Bobby DeMeritt was my first one. He taught me my head through. But Ricky taught me Ricky, he was in my corner. He like lived right down the street from me, so it worked out well. But I'm in this match. I was like, dude, go talk to him. Like, that's wrong. Like, as we're about to go to overtime, I'm like, dude, this guy has like I've put him on his back like 3 times. There's no way this should be right. And then that's when I was like, fuck this Saudi place. They're just trying to fuck me. Like, fuck all you people. And literally, like, there, I'm like, here you have this maddest face on. And I'm like, yo, forget this. And then they fixed the score. They're like, all right, you won. I'm like, yeah, I looked at the crowd like, yeah, suck my dick. Y'all can eat one. Y'all try to pull one over on me. And then the whole crowd's just booing. And I'm like, yeah, I won. And they're all like, boo. I'm like, yo, classy
Look at
people.
Josh. I know. This is how his village and origin story
This is how it starts.
This is how Josh. You thought it would come from when he was neighbors with Usher.
Yeah. Dude,
So tell us, you and Usher used to be homies, right?
not homies, but I've seen that guy. Like,
You guys used to be dancing at the block.
yeah, you see me.
He'd be like, these boys want to beef. Let's show them our new dance rendition and really.
You seen White Girls? That's us in the club. But yeah,
You live next to Usher?
his grandfather lives like right down the road. Like literally, like we had like 8 acres. Well, 10 acres, and then like right at the bottom of it, like there's a street, like a double street, and he lives right down there. And I was like, yo, that's cool. But I never I like see him come out. Like I would walk down there to go fishing, and then I'm like, yo, what's up? And then I walk back up.
You would see Usher out there?
Nah, I don't think.
He'd be out there dancing. He's like, it's your man on the floor. Yeah.
I think it's Chris
Let me
Brown.
know.
Chris
Okay.
Brown.
He's
But I
all
mean-
like, this is my confession.
He's like, this burns.
He's all like, I'm trapped in the closet. I'm trapped in the closet.
He might be. He might be, dude.
Can't solve it because I'm trapped in the closet. So I pull out my gun.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Actually, that was R. Kelly. I was hoping you guys would catch on.
I know who R. Kelly is. He's the Pied Piper.
Pied Piper.
But yeah, what's I at? Oh yeah. Whereas that's
So
the
you
last
never
school.
really got to like chit chat with Usher?
No.
You guys didn't like ball?
No, we didn't ball.
You're like,
His-
let's fucking jam.
One of his
Let's space
first-
jam.
I guess his first cousin, he went to Sourdough with me. Well, we weren't in the same grade, but he literally he played football too. I'm like, yo, bring your cousin. He's like, he doesn't like coming here. Like, all right, whatever.
I'm probably tired of people hounding him. When he got famous at a young age, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 17 or 18. Yeah. That's
Kobe
young.
Bryant was famous at a young age,
Yeah,
too.
Kobe was like, he was like one of the high school.
Yeah, he went to prom with Brandy. Remember Brandy?
Yeah.
And then he blew up, and then Brandy,
she like dialed it off.
She dialed it off. She had her show and a couple of R&B stuff.
And I don't think I think she was on a VH1 series once.
Yeah. She had a. I'm sure, like later in her life, she had a show on like UPN.
No. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like that basic cable.
Yeah. I think with the frog.
Yeah, that's weird. That's so crazy. That was like, I remember watching that thing dance across the thing, and then now they don't even do it anymore.
It doesn't do it because it's kind of racist now.
I guess.
Did you find it racist?
Not really. I was just thinking, oh, it's a frog just tap dancing. I never thought, he's making fun of somebody.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are quick to get like upset about things.
I mean, unless
it's just kind of a crowd tap dancing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if you look in and look deep, and
you gotta
really
look into the details. You gotta look past the
let's look into the details to make this awful.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
you don't have time to vote if a statue has to be taken down. Do whatever the fuck you want, right?
Yeah, do whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I don't see that. Like, I go downtown only to like a few places. I'm not really looking at statues when I'm downtown.
Like, hey, I need to go to the town hall and see if I'm still offended.
I mean,
that's what the college kids do now.
Dude, the college kids these days are nuts. College is a lot different from when I was there to now. Like,
were you part of a frat?
No. You think dude, I remember I got in a fight with somebody, not actual fist fights, but like
altercation.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're not even important. Like, get out of here. Like, quick mush to the face.
Yeah, like, I'll eventually get these bricks I busted through here when I broke through like the Kool-Aid man. But
dude, I wish I was that famous. That'd be sick. I watched the there's what's it called? Sorry. My bad, Jamie. I'm just kidding, Bobby. Yeah, they had a Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Randy Savage. It was the most randomest cartoon death battle ever. I was like, wow, this is the most randomest thing I've ever watched on YouTube.
That place will get you lost on YouTube. I don't dig too deep. I just try not to go into the comment section because they just tell me I'm the worst.
Sometimes I read the comments and I like laugh. I'm like, how do these people think of these great jokes?
Oh, I know. Some of them are
like,
if it's bad and clever, it's good.
Yeah, if it's if it's clever, it's like, all right, nice. But if it's just a mean comment, you're like, all right, this guy should get off the internet.
So how do you feel coming up into your fight? You got a fight coming up and transition into MMA.
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, I like going. Like, I'm so glad I have George to go with as a sparring partner because every time he like comes at me, it's always like, oh my god, I need to get better at this, and this. Like, this guy's like, I remember the first few weeks of our first sparring, I'm like gritting my teeth, like getting so mad, like, how's this guy so much better than me? That's crazy. And then I'm like slowly starting to get better, and then also having Sam come in and tell me like what I need to do and how to like start going. I feel like more confident on my feet, so I'm good. Especially doing the first two kickboxing fights, I feel pretty good about. Like, I thought I did pretty well there, so I feel like
I thought so too.
Like, other than I think that a couple minutes of the second round of my second fight, I was like a little nervous because the dude like cracked me. So it was so nuts, like. It like came out of nowhere, it just busted me. I'm like, whoa, that's what it's like to feel like actually get hit. And I was still like, all right, that's how you hit. I'm still on my feet, and then I just start going at him. And I'm like, all right, I'm fine. Like, I'm still ready for this. Like, I feel like good. But for this fight, I feel really good about it. Like, I'm ready to feel like I always wanted to get in a cage, and I wanted to always know that feeling of like what's it like to be in there. And I'm like excited to get in there and show my stuff, you know.
That's awesome. We're so excited for you. Do you got any sponsors you would like to thank?
Oh, yeah. Chambers Welding. They're literally one of the best welding companies in Chattanooga. They do from, what's it called? From tires. Like, if you have a crack in your rim of your tire, they know how to fix those. They do really well with that. Handrails, they do an amazing job. Any type of welding you need, they can do it. Like, they're one of the best, and they're always professional. They always show up on time. They always get there. Even if there's like a small little detail you need that they look past, they'll literally get back on it within the hour and be there to have it fixed. Like, it's nuts. You should definitely hit them up. They're one of the best welding shops I've ever been a part of. I've seen a lot of I've been around a lot of shops that don't care of what their end product looks like. But these people, they care 110%. Like, they're trying to make sure they have the best quality and the best work they can do. And they're all so professional. It's a great place.
Who else you got for us?
One of the best cleaning services around is Bobby. Elite
Bobby.
Clean.
Yeah,
Bobby.
call Bobby. He'll clean your house.
Bobby cleans everything. I mean, he even wipes me down sometimes when I start stinking.
Turns him white.
Yeah, almost. Villago, I think that's what they call it. But yeah, Elite Cleaning Services. They're one of the best around. They do apartments. They do houses. If you ever have to move out of your house and you need it clean and you don't feel like doing it, Bobby can do it. Or if you're about to move into your house, Bobby is one of the best services to call. He is so professional, shows up on time. He literally has a great workers and great squad with him. He's one of the best. You should hit him up. Also, Salsaritas. If you ever want nachos, they are the best nachos place around. They're so good. You'll probably see me in there, more than likely.
You
Great
catch
place.
him
Catch
at
me.
the buffet line. Hey, another round of nachos here.
Serve them up. Give me that queso. You know what I want.
Just inject it in me.
Just
You gonna
put it-
make that cheesesteak pizza with that queso?
Yeah. Give me that cheesesteak. You know what I want. Also, Tony, great guy. His roofing, affordable roofing. Yeah. He's one of the best workers I know. He's always working hard and always grinding. Yeah, that's.
You got any more sponsors for us, or is that it? Don't hurt yourself.
I guess you see the steam coming out of my head.
I know,
Cheers.
your church turning orange.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Militia MMA podcast with Josh Mackey. April 16th, he is fighting here at Camp Jordan.
Yo, come out.
Come to the front desk, buy tickets from us, or go online and buy them from him.
Oh, yeah. I got a link in the bio.
Links in the bio.
All right.
All right, Josh, thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.